Nigerians. I am telling you today that if you give me the power to succeed the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, I am going to bring the Nigeria that you dream of, the Nigeria of your future. I'm not going to sit down here to you and lie to you that we have a very strong legacy to consolidate and build upon. I am going to sit here to you to tell you that we have a 21st century that need a complete transition from the hard power that has seen us into so much trouble to the soft power that seems to enable us to be able to send our children to school, to be able to go to our market, to be able to have better healthcare, to be able to have better infrastructure and better civilization.
Okay, so throw more light on this ambition, we're now being joined by the man himself, Adamu Garba, the presidential aspirant in the 2023 presidential or general elections. Thanks so very much for joining us.
Thank you, Christian, for having me.
Yeah, quite a young man, and that's the kind of survey a lot of Nigerians are looking out for. But the structural situation in Nigeria is, really tough now. People are talking about regionalism, people are talking restructuring, people are asking that, devolution of power and the rest. What would you be, angling for to really make Nigeria a united country?
Yes, I like the agitation that is happening all over the country, and it's a reflection of our sincere realities. And the sincere realities is the fact that Nigeria has been an economically integrated entity. It's not really a kind of a politically united unit that we see it. So the effort to enforce political unity is what we see the responses coming about, the killing, the destruction, the confusion, the corruption, and all the damages that we are seeing today. And that is why we come in with a very strong new vision for transforming Nigeria away from the politically polarized entity that we see today to a more economically integrated unit. Because if you check this country historically, most of the tribes, the ethnic groups, the regions have been living in the same location, transacting together, doing businesses together without any differences, without any difficulty. But the moment we introduce politicization into the system, we began to disintegrate. From 3 regions, we disintegrated further to 12. We disintegrated later to 19, to 24, to 30, and now to 37. So, and only God knows how long are we going to keep disintegrating, simply because we prioritize more of politics as opposed to the economics. Meanwhile, the foundation of establishment of state that guarantees the protection, prosperity, and growth of each and every citizen in any stable country on earth is the economics. And that is actually what we are bringing together. We are bringing in a new plan, a new vision that will seek to transform Nigeria completely into these economics by building even 9 geo-economic zones, across the country, and make Lagos the central exclusive economic zones, which is going to be the 10th. And at the same time, again, make sure we discard these so-called geopolitical zones that people consider it in political equation, in political nomination, in political this, political that. At the end of the day, the whole effort is to come to Abuja to collect a share. That is not the kind of country we want to do, because this is a country that have young demography, efficient, courageous people that have been prosperous all over the world. Why can't we serve our country by building this economy from the decentralized zone to the centralized zone, as opposed to where it is today? It is only the politics that is decentralized, that is divided across the people simply because they want to come and share the pie at the center of the economy. And that is exactly the kind of thing we are bringing. We are bringing on board a vision, not an experience. Most of our contemporary declarants, they've all declared. All of them, you see them having a huge CVs of experiences. But I can tell you, Christian, that none of them has a CV as that of President Olusegun Obasanjo, who has been active from 1966 until he became president in 1999. And when he finished by 2007, we saw the result of experience. Today, we have a very efficient, courageous General Muhammadu Buhari, who was active from 1977. He was given opportunity from 2015, and now in 2022, we are seeing the result of experiences. Nigeria does not need experience because there is a systematic problem. Nigeria needs a vision. Experience is in the market. You can always buy experience, but a vision is not. A
vision that Adamu Garba wants to hinge on depoliticization and the rest. So devolution of powers, again, from the center to the federating unit. Are you going to, pursue that?
Yes, but we have a new approach to it, because what we try to do is that we have to study as much as 146 different countries globally to see how some of them were able to handle these kind of challenges. If you go to countries like China, they have about 22 regions with nearly 700 tribes. If you go to India, you have about 622 tribes with about 83 different regions. When you come to places like Indonesia, they're even living in 6,000 different islands with 800 different tribes. But yet they are living in peace. If you come to countries like Saudi Arabia, they're also like that. Different tribes, about 42 different tribes, they are living in peace. How do they do it? How can we do it in Nigeria? So when we articulated this research, we came up with a policy of building a council. We call it Council for Political and Security Affairs. The Council on Political and Security Affairs is going to galvanize all the 350 ethnic groups in Nigeria at the center. Because our belief is that after research, we discovered that all the troubles that we have in security cycle, they have political undertone. So the best solution is to fuse the politics and the security together in a council. And that council is going to mainstream each and every ethnic group in Nigeria, not necessarily political division. No. How we intend to do it is that from state assembly to national assembly members, both the reps and the House of Assembly, will now have regular meetings with the regional powers in their own domain, so with the regional political actors in their own domain, so that they can be able to discuss the appropriation of the infrastructure and the development objectives that are supposed to come to them, as much as our security system can also be able to reach out to those locals so that they can be able to discuss the security system. The focus of our presidency is going to be on two things principally. One, foreign policy, which is going to handle our international relations in the area of trade policy, in the area of infrastructure rejuvenation, in the area of commerce, in the area of this, and then macroeconomics, because our biggest monster that we want to deal with is inflation. But the issue of internal security, this is not a central issue. It has to be devolved. The issue of politics, that is not the central issue. It has to be devolved. The issue of resource control or resource share is not a central issue. It has to be devolved. If we will have a region that is agitating for its own independence, it's not a bad thing, because it happened in other countries. Countries like Russia had agitators that came out and say that they don't need to belong to the center. So with this, a republic was created for them. So if we have Biafra agitating to go as Biafra, you can create a Biafra republic inside the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because Nigeria is a federation. So it's not a bad thing to have Republic of Biafra inside the sovereign state of Nigeria.
Republic.
Ududua Republic inside the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The resources to generate takes X percentage, let the center take the Y percentage. Handle your politics, but we're going to give you currency because you are going to have a central economy. We are also going to use our ports, you are going to use our airports, you are going to use our roads. This is all okay. You are also going to use our defense system. But your own policy, you should do it. Your politics, you should do it so that they can tally with your culture, tradition, mores, so that you can be able to live in peace according to your origins and also according to your identities. It's not a bad thing. So these are the things we articulated in the Council for Security and Political Affairs. And we have another Council for Economic Planning and Development. This is where we need to do all those economic integration, economic transformation, building infrastructure, dredging the river Niger and river Benue, building farm-to-factory policy so that whatever we farm in our farms, we process first, package, so that we can create jobs across the chain before it gets to our stomach. We are also trying to see how we can convert our education institution into vocational education and training system. Have a large pool of insurance cover to cover for all our citizens that are within the formal economy, because it's not just opening a bank account. There's supposed to be something correspondingly that you should get for you to join formal economy. So with all these things, we are going to create health insurance so that you can live healthier.
You're going to continue with the trader money or the...
No. Let me tell you, I don't believe in populist policies, because these things, they don't create anything. You don't give somebody money without expecting something in return, and you claim to want to build a state. You are just buying laziness. How some countries do it to succeed, like Brazil have done with Bolsa Familia. What Brazil did is, for each and every one of you that send their children to school, they are supposed to have something in respect for sending their children to school. Because when Lula da Silva became the president of Brazil, 96% of Brazil was rural area, and they don't want to send their children to school. Then they created a policy: we are going to give you 1,000 naira. I'm giving just an example. 1,000 naira in exchange for you to send these children to school. You see, there is a corresponding gap. So in the next 15, 20 years, these children will have created their own economy without the need for the parents to give the 1,000. And then you have also created an informed citizenry that is going to be productive to the economy. But the situation whereby you meet some people and then give them money to go and sleep, you are incentivizing laziness. This is not the kind of policy we are looking at.
Great vision, great submission. Adamu Garba there, aspiring presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2023 general elections. Thanks for coming to give us part of your blueprint when you become president.